Are you moving to Florida and you want to build a custom home? Well, right here in the Sarasota area, we have one of the best custom home builders of all of Florida. Today, we're going to meet John Cannon from John Cannon Homes. So let's get right into this podcast. Welcome to Sarasota Florida Living Podcast, where we help you understand everything Sarasota and the surrounding areas. On this podcast, we interview local businesses and experts to help you find the best people to work with for any of your needs. So sit back and enjoy meeting these wonderful people that help make Sarasota such a wonderful place to live. Today we have John Cannon in our podcast today. We're real excited. He's a top builder here in Sarasota, award-winning builder. Some of the things we have going on is he's been building for 36 years here in the Southwest Florida, and just won actually 2 awards just this past couple weeks in the Parade of Homes, right?
Couple in the Parade of Homes, and a couple other things I'll mention to you.
Yeah, we love it. We'll let you get the whole thing because he's got so many things going on, and I've actually been fortunate enough to meet with John because one of my clients are working with him, and they've had nothing but amazing things to say. So that really kind of got us to this conversation. So let's start and see what John's all about, and what you got going on, and how you got started in this business.
Wow.
This is a lot,
Yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been an exciting and fun journey. Never imagined. I did, but you always wish for, and when your wishes come true, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I went to Michigan State University.
Awesome.
And was a business major. And I'd always been the sort of guy and kid, I guess, that liked to build things.
Mm-hmm.
And Michigan State has a building construction major. And I was a little bit bored, I guess, with my typical business classes. And
right.
So I got into the building construction program and just absolutely loved it. Here's a class or a major that essentially teaches you everything you need to know and exposes you everything you need to know to be a home builder. But it did it in a very generalized sense. In other words, yes, there were accounting classes. Yes, there was marketing classes, business law, as well as the core group of, structural engineering to a certain degree, and design and subcontractor relations and all these type things. But really what the major did was it taught you how to be able to communicate with and understand what the experts were telling you.
Oh, okay.
Those accountants, those engineers, those surveyors, those architects, everything that you needed to be able to understand and hire the people that you needed to round out your team.
Right.
So it was a great program for me. I loved it.
Just a couple years ago, though, right? Not
yeah,
too
just
long
a
ago.
couple.
Yeah, okay.
But really sort of the end of the program, we sort of had to look at some different areas around the country and identify where we would build homes. Where would you set up a building business? And we used some statistical analysis that was available back then, not anything like what we have today.
Yeah.
But I picked Southwest Florida and did sort of a cursory review and look at where population trends and growth and opportunities to be a home builder were going to be during my career. Now, this is in 1979.
Wow.
Okay, so, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
But in looking at what I sort of did my research on my senior year, I said, I got to move to Southwest Florida.
Just from your research, so you were still in school, not really had your business plan yet for John Cannon Homes yet.
Right.
You were just doing it through work.
This was probably the first, let's call it cursory review of what the business plan ended up evolving from.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it was a neat project. Then I got involved with a home builder that was actually out of the Pittsburgh area. I did some work for them, and they ended up acquiring a builder here in Southwest Florida, Ruth Richmond Homes. And if you have to be an old timer like me to even know that name, but Ruth Richmond was a fantastic home builder here in Sarasota, and her being purchased by the builder that I work for gave me the opportunity and my foot in the door to come down here and get hired.
It already sent you where you already knew you were supposed to go anyway.
Right. So I got down here and started working with them.
Wow.
Spent cut my teeth working with someone else.
Right.
And then after working for them for about 5 or 6 years, decided to sort of broaden my horizons.
I can do this.
Thought I had all the answers and knew everything, but We started slow, and then we started John Cannon Homes in 1987. So
Wow.
I met my wife in 1990, and that's when it really sort of took off. I was able to concentrate with her help.
The
Full
support.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were in the garage, and it was
That's
just
awesome.
the two of us, and we between us we did everything, and it was a lot of hours and a lot of work, and we gradually brought people in, and had people sitting at a desk and in a one-car garage, and then we had to sort of enclose the carport so we had more room. And
Wow. Do you remember where your first home was? Like, I mean, sure you like the first area.
yes, yeah, I remember where the first home I built, and I can tell you where my first model was and
Awesome.
everything else. Yeah,
Where was that?
first model,
Yeah.
a subdivision called Misty Creek.
Okay.
Okay,
Know it
out on
well.
Bee Ridge
Wow.
Road. Yeah, yeah,
That's great. Did you build in Sarasota also?
yes, I did.
Yeah, I just sold a resale of your home, about 25 years old right now.
Yeah.
Just closed on it, so you can tell the difference of John Cannon Homes, is for sure.
Well, I think over the years now we're up, and I'd have to get with Dina and the team to find out exact number is, but I think it's close to 2,200 homes, 2,300.
I have that
homes.
here, that you have done over 2,000 homes
Yeah.
in the Southwest Florida area, and I think the last time I had a chance to talk to you, I think do you go as far as Tampa now, or?
Yes, we do. In fact, we had models up in the Tampa area several years ago, and we still build not quite a few, but we do a certain number in Hillsborough. Pinellas has been a big market for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
so booming between between Tampa and Sarasota, and even I know Naples and Fort Myers are busy too, but I think this Sarasota corridor to Tampa is just exploding.
Yes, it is.
It's amazing. A lot of people are coming. You've been in the business for quite a while. Is there something specifically you love about this business?
There's not much that I can tell you that I don't find exciting. There's just so much involved.
Yeah.
I mean, in getting to work and putting a team together to do what we do, getting to meet the clients.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of the people that I build a home for has a story, and most of them, at the price point that we're in, they're fairly successful individuals,
Right.
and I try to learn something from each one of them. I mean, it's you get to know them, you make friends. It's just it's a great way to sort of spend your life.
Yeah, you've developed a really good culture with this company, and it's amazing that the standards are so high. Especially in what's going on in the market now. I see a lot of builders, because, like I said, probably selling 40 homes over the past year. A lot of builders have lowered their standards to get by with the excuses that come along. And just from my client's experience right now we're having with you, that just hasn't happened in the John Cannon culture. Every time I talk to them, they're kind of bragging. I'm not allowed to use their name because they're private people also. But every time I call, they're just excited with the work that Jason and Mark are doing. And so we're excited that
you are right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a challenging time. We've never, seen some, with inflation, the amount of work that's out there right now, the popularity of Sarasota and the Southwest Florida area. But I call that, and I have to remind people at times, it's a slippery slope.
Oh, yeah.
How far are you going to slide?
Right.
So my solution is we don't slide
Right.
at all.
We're just going to not to do that.
No, and it does take a little longer, and we're more selective on who we're hiring, and keeping the right team of subcontractors and vendors on the job. But that's the avenue and the path that we've chosen.
Yeah, because your name is on it, and those contractors have to meet your standards. Yeah, I agree with that. So you have a lot of projects going on right now, and in such a crazy market. I mean, I think I've counted 5 developments that you're involved in right now. Did you want to specify? Do you want to talk about each one, or did you want to kind of just?
Sure, we can. I mean, each one of them are individual and
Right.
And are unique, and that's why we're in it. But before we even get into any of those 5 developments, that's only half our business.
Right.
The other half is what we call off-site building,
Okay.
where the individual comes to us with the site, whether it's acreage east of town or a tear down on Sarasota Bay, Gulfront property. People don't understand that we are probably the largest waterfront home builder
Oh my
in
goodness.
the Sarasota area.
Wow.
It's, there's guys that do that exclusively, but over the many years that I've been doing this, I think we've built over 400 or 500 homes on the water.
Just around the Keys and everything here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So,
amazing.
I mean, that's an experience that we bring to the table when we're working with people, because there's so many of these unique site conditions. And so when they come to us, I know later on you're probably going to ask me what makes John Cannon Homes unique.
Well, it's in there, so we can just hit it now.
I'll just jump right into it.
Well, and that's it, yeah.
Well, and this scattered site building really brings a lot of that to light. We do everything in-house. We have a residential design department,
Okay,
interior design department.
okay.
In addition to the reliable and continuity we've gotten with our subcontractors and vendors using the same people over and over. But by bringing everything in-house, by having a stable group of subcontractors and vendors, we can give that consistency of performance.
Right.
We can deliver a product that has that sort of the John Cannon name attached to it. But by doing all this on these scattered sites, each one of them somewhat unique.
Right.
Whether it's elevation issues, soil issues, unique lot shape and design, zoning rules, different building departments throughout the metropolitan area. We've seen it all.
Right.
So when people have one of these sites, we like to come out and do an analysis, which is free of charge, whether
Wonderful.
they're building
that's
with
good to
us
know.
at all.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm bringing up is it sort of helps us establish a relationship with people, shows them what we're capable of, but it also helps them out. And a lot of realtors call us when they have people that are looking at a site. Hey, John, what am I going to run into?
Right.
So that's available. So
It's amazing having much experience in this specific area because, all Florida has different things going on, but I mean, it's kind of like you have it like the back of your hand in here. I mean, you haven't gone where you haven't seen it. And I think that's where I even saw almost all the John Cannon the past years I've been in real estate. It's always somewhere else. I've never just introduced them to these neighborhoods. It's kind of a newer site for me because I'd always see it on the Keys or you'd always see it, somewhere west of the trail. We saw a lot of that stuff with your area. And the new developments that you're committed to, you have a lot of homes to be in the ground right now.
yes, we do.
I was talking to Dina, and she mentioned you're probably over 130 homes.
Yes. And a lot of that is I'm going to call it COVID related.
Sure.
There was so much of a jump in popularity in our area. And let's face it, a lot of what we do is centered on Lakewood Ranch.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And where Lakewood Ranch was this little area, or not so little, but in an area outside of Sarasota, now it's its own destination.
Oh yeah, it's become the main reason why this area's exploded, I think.
Yes.
I mean, we've always had the beautiful water, the beautiful area, small sleepy town, but once Lakewood Ranch really got up and running, it's really put us on the map.
And it's not just the residential component. It's the idea that they're bringing out the total lifestyle here.
Right.
The commercial components, the recreational components, just the lifestyle, and the convenience of being here and having everything here.
Do you live out in Lakewood Ranch yourself?
No, but if I'm going to call it not lifelong, but ever since I've moved to Sarasota, those many, many years ago, I've lived on Siesta Key.
Beautiful.
And our family home is there, but there are times when I think about being out here.
Yeah, especially because you're out here so much, probably.
Well, on top of that, during the storm, we had to leave.
Oh yeah.
This past fall.
Yeah.
And I actually, had to leave Siesta Key, and I evacuated to one of my model homes.
Nice.
Out here.
True trust in your product.
Right. But the idea being is that I think there's a certain desirability to having that. Not having to worry.
Yes.
You're at a good elevation, you're away from the storm surge, you've got all the convenience, the wind loads and how we build these houses. It's gives a certain stability to that people haven't seen in Southwest Florida, having this type of
It's amazing you're able to
product
talk
in
that
an area.
confident. You're so confident about your product that, you're just like, I know where they got the best, it's easy. I know we're there. So, going into all your new communities. You've built this. We have this wonderful new town center here in Lakewood Ranch, the Waterside, and you've just have built a studio. We call it the model experience. With,
The model experience is where
with
we
John
are
Cannon.
today.
So we're here today. Can you give us some more insight how this all came up here and why?
Well, we've had model homes, and we will continue to have model homes, but with the traffic and everything from the farmers markets to just all the different retail and entertainment that's here at Waterside, we've got a new development that's here in Waterside, and so to help kick that off, and with the traffic that was here, I said, why is it always just model homes that we're going? Why can't we create the model home experience in a more convenient? Yes, it's condensed. It's not the same square footage, but
Right.
we're trying to show our level of quality. We're trying to show some of our design features. And then the other things that we've done, is, which I'm sure you can show behind us here, is we've got these video screens, walls of video screens that show the scenes from our different model homes anyway.
Yes.
So you can sit right here in these chairs that you and I are sitting in and experience visually
Right.
the same thing as visiting all our different model homes around town.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
like
makes
you're
it more
traveling
convenient.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it makes it more convenient for the buyer, brings everything here, and if they see what they like, then they can go out to the model homes.
And you always have someone here during business hours to
Yes.
kind of answer questions and you can direct traffic because I think you have 5 projects in Lakewood Ranch right now.
In or around?
In or around Lakewood Ranch, okay.
Yes.
So what's your I'd say you probably don't have a favorite neighborhood, but you might have a signature. This is who we are. I mean, everything's yours, I guess. But do you have one of the neighborhoods that's just you're the only builder?
We have several where we're sort of the only builder, and we're also doing some small development work.
Okay.
The one here in Waterside, which we're very excited about, called Kingfisher, and we'll be breaking ground on our model there in the next month or two. And that's a beautiful waterfront community, state-size home sites, mile and a half view over the lake here.
Oh, you have the full length of that.
Yeah, it's the full, sort of a diagonal view down the length of the lake. Beautiful sunsets off the back of the houses. These houses are somewhat unique in that you can have your own boat dock.
Oh, wow.
So here on the lake here, you can have a little boat and do your sunset cruise, or
Oh
you
my
can
gosh.
cruise over to the downtown here and have dinner and cocktails and head
And
home.
never get on the road. You're just on the water.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And that's a more niche community. I believe you only have 13 home sites there.
13 home sites, and yes, and we're doing some very unique designs on it. So I think it's something new you'll see. We can share some visuals of our potential, or not our potential model, our model to be
Right.
there.
Have you already sold a couple properties in there? Or?
We've got a couple that are under reservation.
Beautiful.
So we'll see that happening very soon.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see those come out of the ground. So some of your, how do I put more affordable? So you have like Star Farms and Welland Park would be into bigger communities.
Yes, Star Farms is part of Lakewood Ranch here, and we have a new model there called the Bellara, and I'm sort of particular to that model, being the newest model that I built. Every model, the newest one is always my baby, and I think it's newer, better, and I like to think that each one is better than the last. So the Bellara is our newest model, and it's pretty awesome. I hope people get a chance to see it.
We've always kind of moved with the times, so I think some of your newest stuff, you have a little more of a modern flair to the outsides of them, or to the.
Well, both the interior and the exterior.
Right.
We're trying to show and stay with the times, and even hopefully be a little bit of trend setting. Try to get out there on the cutting edge and show people what's potentially possible with building a new home.
But we were fortunate enough to work in there. We did a Matterport over there for you, and it's actually coming in today or tomorrow, right, gentlemen? So we're real excited. So those are 3 neighborhoods. You have 2 more you're working in right now.
We have Welland Park, which
Right.
you'd mentioned, and Welland is part of a new development that's between Venice. That's actually part of Northport, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Venice, Northport area, wonderful community. We're very excited about being part of their project. So that model will be breaking ground in the next couple months, I guess, and hopefully be open by the end of the year.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much traffic's starting to head down that way.
Yes.
Because people find maybe just a little bit more affordability as they move a little south. but again, you bring the element of luxury to that area too. So
Right.
it's real excited. And I think I missed one of the neighborhoods, Monarch. Monarch.
Yes.
Yeah. So is the Monarch all yours also?
The Monarch is an exclusive John Cannon home community. It's only about 8 lots, and they're larger. They're all over an acre, sort of a state-size gated community. It's adjacent to the concession. Great location, beautiful treed wetland areas that it backs up to. That's one that I think you have to stop in and see to really appreciate.
I've driven by a couple times waiting to see that first one break ground because they have the entrance walls up already.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's nice is you feel you're kind of out of the way of everything, but you're literally only 3 miles away from the best shopping in Florida,
right.
and the restaurants are only a mile away, but you
Right.
feel like you're out of everything over there.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
And
so
it's close to Wild Blue, which is another community that we're going
that's supposed to be
into.
pretty large, isn't it?
Yes, that's oh boy, I think that'll probably be close to 1,000 units.
Oh my gosh.
So that'll be a big development. And we're one of several builders.
Right.
Yeah, I think the best way to get a hold of anybody here is we have a very talented team of sales consultants. Call in. I mean, I think we have some numbers that we can share.
Yeah, we'll make
with
sure
you.
that everything's in the links.
Good. So, no, but call in. The sales team is again, a very talented team. They're experienced. They've all been with me for a long time. They know the questions to ask, and they know the answers. And if they don't know the answers, they know where to
get them.
right? But because it is a very complex process.
Sure.
But they're there to help, and they will help.
And I think that, to maybe put a nice cap on that is with us, our team here sells a lot of homes in the area, and it's always the stress of the building process. And building at this level, they've spent a lot of money to keep the client and the customer at ease is a big challenge. And I've personally experienced it with you. So it's amazing how that process goes because people feel they can get the answer, and if they're sitting up at their house at 4 a.m, they know they can call here and get the answer, that day, and they don't have to worry about it for longer. And that seems to be a lot of problems I have with some other builders they feel like it takes forever to get the answers to make them comfort. So, I can appreciate that about your business. So I appreciate that. Thank you. From our side, being business partners with you.
Well,
we're excited
the
about that.
answers are the easy part.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not going to kid you or anyone else. The building process is taking a little bit longer.
Sure.
And it is very complex. But as I mentioned earlier, we just can't compromise on quality issues, on what we're delivering, and a level of service that we promised our clients.
Yeah, no excuses.
Yeah, yeah. So it's more difficult, but I think because of our size, because of our influence, we're able to overcome those.
Right.
And our team understands communication. And as you mentioned, that's the number one key is letting the clients know, listening to them, hearing what they have to say, answering their questions, and providing the product and the level of service that we told them we would give them.
Right. Makes it easy when what I would say easy. It's hard, but you already kind of have that vision. It's set. We're not changing how we do things.
Right.
We're moving forward.
Well, we adapt and grow.
Yeah.
You have to. But when you make a commitment, you have to.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah. We've done this, like you said, a couple thousand homes.
Yeah.
And we see everyone through to the finish. A couple of things that we're really proud of. I mean, Parade of Homes is nice. I mean, it's an event annually where all the builders get together and showcase their products. It's always nice to win the awards.
Of course.
When they bring in judges from out of town, builders from other areas, whether it's Orlando or et cetera, just close by, and to help judge products. So obviously that's an award that I want to call is from your peers.
Yes.
Sarasota Herald has, for many, many years now, done what they call a Reader's Choice Award.
Yes.
We've been the recipient of that award for 31 years in a row.
It's amazing. Consistent, straight through.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the public. That's our buyers. That's the people that know who we are. that have taken the time to fill out a ballot and vote for us.
Right.
So that meant a lot.
That's a huge, I mean, nice to walk in the office every year and see that sitting there for you
Yeah,
again.
it reaffirms what we work so hard to do. Another one that's more recently has done the same sort of thing is SRQ Magazine,
Yes.
great publication. They have a similar, their readers vote,
Right.
and we've been the recipient of that now for a few years. And,
And Sarasota Magazine.
And
huh?
Sarasota Magazine has a similar thing.
Wow. And
So-
what's amazing is top at all three.
Yes.
You know, it's not just a random here and there. It's top of all three. And I'm sure when you meet with your team, it's just, you know, hey guys, we're still here. We're still leading the market. Let's just keep that.
Well, we're not out there actively, let's call it, okay, this is the reason we're in business, is to win this award. I think that just shows that if we keep our commitment to our clients, we deliver our product, we don't start that slippery slope, we never compromise on quality, that we're going to, that's the end result.
It shows that we are doing what we were supposed to do.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's amazing. Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to meet with you. To be honest with you, I was a little bit nervous. The guy at your level, I was like, oh, I get to talk to John Cannon.
I'm the one that gets to be nervous.
No.
I'm not in front of a camera very
But
often.
you know, and but no, I do appreciate you give us the opportunity to highlight you, and we look forward to working with you, and we'll make sure everybody knows how to get a hold of you.
Thank you.
And you know, I can't wait to see these projects. You know,
Well,
really
it
develop.
It feels good that you thought of us. I mean, to do this broadcast with. Yeah. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here on the podcast with John Cannon. And if we can help you in any way, give us that call, shoot us that text, or shoot us that email. You guys have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.